So this is another class of Naginata at Home with Aspire Dojo in London. If you know anyone who wishes to join us or you think it would benefit them, please share this link. And yeah, today, because there are so many people who just started Naginata or are not that familiar with it, I thought I would just concentrate on doing something more beginner orientated. So if you have a stick, it's easier. If you don't, that's fine. Just do it with your open hands. As you can see, I'm also in my living room and I don't have a naginata, so don't worry about it. We'll make it work. Okay, so let's just start from the beginning. Let's just do a quick warm up. So first things first, let's just rotate the hips. In the other direction. Okay. Sideways.
I said it caught me off guard as well.
In the other direction. Good stretch. And the leg. I don't know if you guys can see. If you can't, let me know. I'll try to change the lights. Okay, and sideways. And the other direction. And all the way down. And change sides. And in the middle. Okay. Leg. And the other sides. Okay, arms forward. And backwards. Stretch one elbow. And the other one. And the other side. Okay, the hands. Rotate the head. And the other direction. Okay, stretch on one side.
One more.
And on the other side. Okay. Right, Someone else is joining us. Let me just put them in. There you go. Okay. Right. So today, because it's Beginner's Day, I'm gonna start with basics, principally the Reiho. And Reiho, it means etiquette. So because it's a martial art and Japanese martial art, there are quite a few etiquette rules, so kind of traditions, let's put it that way, the way we behave in a dojo. So it might be familiar for some people who are already practicing, but yeah, it's always good to start from scratch. So first things first, we always bow to the partner when we want to start practicing. Whether we bow to the partner or whether we bow to the room, there are two ways of bowing. It's just a question of different angles. We'll come to that. So first things first, if I want to bow standing, I don't know if you can see my feet. I'm going to put that in bigger here. You can pin the video if it's easier. Right. So I would have my heels together and my hands along my body. And then from here, I would inclinate 15 degrees and my hands come to the front a little bit and then back. So if you look at it from the side, it's just a 15-degree bow. And you turn only from the hips. So there is not this, with the hand like this, nor this. You just need to bow from here, okay? So this, and then back. So as I bow, the hands come a little bit forward, and then they go back to the place where they were, okay? This is a standing way, okay? You can try to do it at the same time as we're doing. So let's try a couple of times. So if you're bowing to your partner, you will bow 15 degrees, okay? If I'm bowing to the room, so when I enter the place where I practice, there is usually a little shrine or some place that is like with pictures of the former senseis or some important objects. Usually you'll see where it is. And that's where you will have to bow 30 degrees. So you just go much further down, basically, and back up. Okay. So that's when you are up. So let's say you have to enter or exit a room. So the way we would do that, we would come, say I'm at the door. So I come in the room, left foot first. Just come a little bit in the room. You don't have to stay on the edge, right? First, bow to the place, or to the shrine. So 30 degrees, okay? And then come left foot first. Whatever we do, we always go left foot first. If I bow to my partner, it will be 15 degrees, okay? So, second way we can bow is when we are going down. So I'm just gonna show, I don't know if you can see, but let's say that will work. So from the same standing position, I'm gonna go down, so left, right, and sit, and then bow. How do I go left and don't get up? I'm going to show you sideways. So if you are here, you're going to put your left knee next to your right foot. Okay. So if you see, it's aligned. Okay. The reason why is that if you have a line and everyone is on one line doing this, if one is going like this, it will be sitting in front. Okay. If one is going like that, you will be sitting behind. So instead of having everyone different places, we just are all aligned and we just put the knee next to the foot and everyone is on one single line, okay? And both my knees are on the floor. You can see my feet are still up. And I put my feet down and I sit on the feet, okay? Until there, not too many problems. Right. I usually have my hands together, all the fingers together, and just lay on the top of my thighs. To do Rei, there are two versions. Either people go left hand first and right and then bow, or they go both hands at once. That depends on the dojo you are in. I don't mind either way, you can choose if you want. to simplify, let's do with both hands together. So you just stretch your hands, put your hands on the floor as a triangle, like this, okay? Forward, and then basically you need to bow your elbows until your elbows touch the floor, like this, okay? And then back up, and then either right, left, or together, like this, okay? To get up, it's the same as when we were going down, so if you look at it from the side, you can see better. My feet go up first, okay? And then right foot next to the left, and then up. Okay? And then I'm again in Shizentai. Right. So that's for bowing, okay? If you have any questions in the meantime, just, give me a shout or, Now, I don't have a real naginata, but I do have a stick. So I'm going to show you how to pick up a naginata. And so I've got a broomstick. If you've got no broomstick, that's fine. Just do it with your open hands. But if you do have a stick, just put it on the floor. I'm gonna put it here in a way that you guys can see as well. So if I have the naginata in front of me, so the normal way to have the naginata, I don't know if you can see now. Okay, normal way to have the naginata, of course it's much longer, would be with my right hand on my right hip. Okay, so this part of my hand here, so the wrist, so this part of my hand needs to be on my bone, on the hip bone, okay? So, hand on the hip bone, okay? And then if I'm gonna put it down, what I want to do is I'm gonna grab the naginata, and first I'm gonna put the blade down as I'm putting the first knee down, and then put both knees down, okay? The blade is already on the floor, and then I'm putting the shaft, okay? So, and then I'm actually sat down, okay? Then I can either get up or, whatever. Okay, so now if I want to pick it up again, I'm gonna do the same thing. So I'm putting both knees on the floor, sitting down, pick up the naginata, first the shaft, look if there is nobody there to make sure that the blade is safe. So if there is somebody, just wait, and then back up. Okay? Right. How do you put your naginata on the floor? In this case, I've got a broom, so of course you cannot see the blades. This is usually how the blade looks like. This one is a new one, that's why there is a little red rub and there is usually no ribbon. You can just take it off. But if you have that, it means, let's say I'm putting down the naginata, and because I'm putting it down, I want to make sure that the blade, if I had a blade, okay, it would be the direction, so you can see it's curved, right? You can see it's curved. The lower part here, the bottom bit, is where it's cutting, okay? The top bit doesn't cut, it's like a knife, basically. So you want the knife side of the things to be next to the wall, so it's safe. So it would be that direction, okay? If you would have put it that way, if someone passes too close, it means that they are gonna hurt themselves. So you want always that direction. And if there is a shrine, what we call like a shomen, if there is a shrine, you want it to face away from it, okay? If there is no shrine, then you just need it to face the door, okay? So that's for the direction of the naginata. Of course, because I don't have a naginata, I'm just showing you with the loose blade, but you need to imagine for a bit. Okay, so, right. Now that we have been picking up and dropping it, I think, well, I cannot really explain to you how to give a naginata to someone else because I have no one to give it to. But I can explain to you in concept. Let's say I have the blade on the naginata. Okay, so it's a bit like scissors. You don't give anything with a blade to somebody. Okay, when you have scissors, you want to turn them around and then you hand over the scissors to somebody else. Well, it's the same thing with the naginata. So if the blade was facing, I'm not giving it facing you, okay? When I have the naginata, I need to turn it to myself so that the blade is facing me, and then I can hand it over, okay? So that's one thing. So if I had the blade facing this way, I would just swap around and then change the angle. That's for me to use because I'm on the left side. So I want the other one to be able to use it as well. So I'm just swapping the hands so that it's diagonally to my left. So when I give it to somebody, they can use it directly on me. Okay, so they just receive it. And so if I'm the receiver, that's how I receive the naginata with the blade ready to use. And I'm just putting it next to me. Okay. Right. All right. So now that we've mainly covered the basics of etiquette, I'll just crack on with practice. Let's put our stick to the side at the moment because we are first going to learn how to walk before we learn how to do anything else. First things first. So, if you are in a normal stance in naginata, you can be either one direction or the other. Usually you start on the left side, which means the left foot is forward, which means the left foot will go forward like this, and then you turn the hip so that you are facing sideways, okay, completely sideways. If I would show you with line, I am not too sure if you can see anything, but let me know. Can you see the lines on my floor? Okay. So if I would have one foot on the line, and when I say on the line, I mean it doesn't need to be completely straight, okay? It can be a little bit in. So basically your small finger here, your small toe need to be more or less forward, but it doesn't need to be completely forward. And then the other one is also on the line, but the heels are about this apart, okay? You can see my front heel is about this line, my back heel is about this line, yeah? So they are not exactly aligned, okay? They're just a little bit off, okay? So I can show you that normally. So you will be going forward, and that's how you would stand, okay? So the right foot, not exactly aligned with the back foot, but definitely not in, because then you cannot move anywhere. It's okay if it's a little bit out, but usually they are almost aligned, okay? Right. Something else that you want to know is that you are not putting your heels on the floor. So you want them to be about, I would say, just that from the floor is enough. And only this part of the foot is on the floor, okay? So from here, lift the back of your feet, okay? Face sideways, okay. Now we're gonna just go forward and backwards for now. So if I want to go forward, okay, so I'm gonna show you that from the side. If I want to go forward, I'm gonna push on my back foot, push and recuperate directly. If I want to go backwards, I'm gonna push on the front foot, push, okay? So just feel that you're pushing and that your heels are not touching the floor. Let's have a go. So, my, attends, attends. Okay, right. Now let's try left and right. So if I want to go right, again, I'm in the same stance, so feet off the, heels off the floor. If I want to go to the right, I'm going to push on the left foot, and my right foot is going to move first. If I want to go left, I'm going to push on the right foot, and the left foot is going first. Okay? So don't make it too big of a step. It's better to make a small and fast step than having a large one. So just this is enough. Okay? Okay, let's have a go. So if I say migi, we go right. If I say idari, we go left. Okay? Migi, migi, idari, idari, migi, migi, idari, idari. Okay. Right. Okay, now, next one. I'm going to do tsugiashi. What is tsugiashi? It's a little, I'm going to call it a jumping step, but you don't really jump, you just skip forward if you like. So if I'm starting from here, this is tsugiashi. Okay? You want your hips to stay more or less on the same line. You definitely don't want to do something like this. Okay? You just want it to be straight forward or straight backwards. So if I do that slow motion, the back foot kind of bumps into the other one and takes the place. And then same thing backwards, the front foot bumps into the other one and takes the place. Okay? So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's Sugiyashi Mai when going to the front, and Sugiyashi Ato going to the back. Sugiyashi Mai, Sugiyashi Ato. Sugiyashi Mai, Sugiyashi Ato. Sugiyashi Mai, Sugiyashi Ato. Okay, one thing that you definitely don't want to do is do any extra steps. So you don't want to do this before you go or this before you go. You just want this step. Just 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay? Let's try a few times. So Tsugeshi Mai, Tsugeshi Ato, Tsugeshi Mai, Tsugeshi Ato, Tsugeshi Mai, Tsugeshi Ato. Okay. Okay, now next one. Let's try Ayumi Ashi. So to do Ayumi Ashi, I need to do 4 steps. If you don't have space, just do 2, okay? I'm gonna cross my foot in front of the other one when I go forward. 3, 4, and I don't have enough space. I'm gonna start right. Just imagine. 1, you don't want to put your whole foot on the floor, okay? Just the front of your foot, it's enough. Then press, large one, small one again, not on the floor, and press, okay? When you go backwards, you're gonna cross behind the other leg, okay? So behind, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, recuperate. 1, 2, 3, 4, recuperate. Okay, let's try. Okay, Ayumi Ashi Mai. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Ayumi Ashi Ato. 1, 2, 3, 4, recuperate. Ayumi Ashi Mai. 1, 2, 3, 4, and Ayumi Ashi Ato. 1, 2, 3, 4, and recuperate. Okay. Everyone's okay so far? No big question? Okay, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to interrupt, okay? Just in case. Okay, so there is always a way to change side in Naginata. That's one of the advantages of being on the side, is that you can be either side. So what we are gonna do now is change sides just to give it a go. So there are 2 ways of changing sides. One of them is when you are doing something already. So let's say I'm attacking, I'm going forwards and backwards so that I'm closer to the target when I'm doing something. If you look at the footwork, I would do this, okay? That's only when you are attacking, because you want to be closer to the target so that you can reach, okay? If you are just gonna change side without being attacking, you don't want to do that because you're exposing yourself by being so close. So what we want to do is going backwards and forward. So from Chudan, we would usually go back and then forward again, okay? backwards, forward. That's called mochikai, okay? Mochikai is changing sides. Let's have a go a couple of times. So turn the back foot, go both feet together, and then put the other foot forward. Check that you're again in the Chudan position. So as we explained before, both feet, I'm going to say on the same line, but you know what I showed before, basically, the heels are not completely on the same line. The front foot is almost forward with the pinky showing forward, okay? And the heels about that apart if you would put a line between them, okay? One more time, so back, forward. Again, don't put your heels on the floor. Back, forward, backwards, forward, backwards, forward. Again, you want to move both feet, so if I show you that from the side, it's not on the spot, okay? I'm just going backwards and then forward. Both feet, backwards, forward. Both feet go back, both feet go forward, okay? So let's have a go. We are on the left side first, so backwards, forwards. Okay, now let's do the footwork. Mai, ato, migi ni irake, idare ni irake, sugiashi, mai, sugiashi, ato, ayumiashi, mai, ayumiashi, ato, ayumiashi, mai, ayumiashi, ato. Okay, right. Something that I'm looking at when people do ayumiashi is that they tend to swap the angles of the hips, if you know what I mean. So what happens is a lot of people just turn the hips when they do ayumiashi. I'm exaggerating now, of course, it's never that much. But you want to be able to stay sideways. So what you need to do that is, first of all, not to put, if I put the foot completely on the floor, you can see my hip is going forward. So that doesn't work, okay? So you don't want to do that. Also, you want to make a small step first, then press to have a large step, and a small step again, and then a large step again, okay? So when you cross, each time you cross, it's a small step. So if I show you that again, you'll see that if I do the first step, it's just in front of my other foot, okay? It's about, you know, if I look on my floor, it's about one plank from my floor away, so it's maybe about 10 centimeters away, okay? And then I'm pressing on that foot, and I'm making a large step here to compensate, then a small again, and then a large again. And you'll see that now you are able to stay on one plane, okay? That you are not gonna do this with your hips. Okay, so 2 points to remember. 1, not putting all your foot on the floor. And then 2, to make a small, large, okay? And if you need to recuperate the back foot, that's fine. Okay, so one common mistake with tsugiashi that we were looking at before. So tsugiashi, this one, okay, is I'm looking at people and they are moving their foot first. So you don't want to do any extra movement. In Naginata in general, you don't want to do any extra movement. It's just a waste of time in general. So just the first foot that needs to move in this case is the back one, and just go forward, yeah? Same here. You don't want to do this, no this. It's just only the movement, okay? Give it a go a couple of times. Okay, right, good. Okay, so we've pretty much covered the footwork. Now let's try to add the Naginata in the mix, because you never do the footwork without the Naginata, let's face it. So let's just pick up our stick, whatever you are using to be a naginata, okay? And we are gonna first show how to do a basic stance like Shudan. I'm gonna put the light lower here because I don't think you guys can see anything. Probably better. Yeah, I think that's better. At least on my screen it looks better. Right. So first things first, if I'm in Shizentai, which is the position we were looking at before, where my heels are together, my left hand is against my body with the fingers closed, and my right hand, I'm saying my hand, but my right wrist is on the hip bone. So you can feel here, you can feel the bone of the hip. On top of that, there is a hole because you have like nothing between your hip bone and your ribs. So that's too high. You need to be on the bone here. You can feel it. Okay, and yeah, that's the normal position. Now from here, we're going to take the first stance, which is Chudan, it's a horizontal stance. So my left hand goes on top of the right hand, okay? And then I'm going to pull with the left hand, and the right hand is going to slide, okay? I'm going to walk forward with the left foot. I'm going to show you that from the side again for a second. So from here, left hand on top, then the left hand is pulling and the other one is sliding, and the left foot is going forward, and then the right foot follows. Okay? Right. In terms of how you want to stand, I'm going to put that bigger so I can see what you see. Otherwise, it's complicated. So, first of all, if you had a naginata, you would want the end of your hand position to be about one elbow away from the end of your naginata. Okay? So that's where you want to hold it. And then where is your front hand going? If you would be like more or less shoulder width, that's where you would be, right? So now I'm taking the position with the feet. And then both my hands are moving forward until my back hand is in the hip joint, okay? Where the body meets the legs, that's where you want your hands to be, okay? In terms of how you hold the naginata, you can see it's like a bit elongated here. You don't want to hold like this, okay? You have no strength like this. You need to have it elongated. So how do you hold it? You want it to be diagonally. So from this point here to that point here, okay? From here to here, touching the naginata, and then close it around it. So if you look at it from the top, let's look at it from the top, the way that you can see it's making a V shape here, yeah? Yeah, okay. Right, so both hands are like that. So just holding it like this, that's Shudan, okay? I'm a bit in diagonal because there is the, let me just put myself, okay, sideways completely. There you go. And from the front, you want your naginata to be in the middle of your body, like here, okay? So not this, point in the middle line of your body. I'm saying of your body, but if you had a partner, the middle, it's not really your middle, it's the middle between you and him, okay? Just at the moment, we don't have a partner, so let's just assume that your body is the middle of your partner as well. So it's easier for you to check on the camera where you are in your center, okay? Right, so that's Shudan. And what we're gonna do now is that we're gonna repeat the same footwork, but we're gonna try to maintain the naginata in the middle, okay? So let's have a go. Mai, ato, mai, migi ni irake, 左に開け、右に開け、左に開け、次足前、次足前、次足へと、次足へと、歩み足前、歩み足へと、持ち替えて、so 持ち替えて with an naginata, so to change side, you have to slide your back hand inside the other one while you go back. Okay, so if you see how I was before, I was only going back with the feet and then forward, okay? But it's the same thing, but you need to change your naginata. So you have to change as you go back, change. So basically the back hand slides into the other one. If you look at it, my naginata, my front hand stays, the naginata is vertical and my back hand goes inside of the other one. Okay, so from here, backwards, inside of the other one, then slides on the naginata, down and forward. Okay, if you see that from the front, you see that I'm changing here in the middle, okay, in the center of my body. Let's try a couple of times. Okay, back, forward, backwards, forwards. I'm gonna have a look at what people are doing so it's easier. Give it a go. Backwards, forward, backwards, forward, backwards, forward. Give it a go. I'm having a look so I can see what people are doing. Okay, try to change about this height. Okay, don't change in front of your head, just change here in the middle. If you have your elbow normally, just bend your elbow, that's where you want to change. You don't want to go up and down too much, okay? Just in front of your chest. Yep, that's better. Okay. Okay, try to be completely to the side when you guys change. Once you are sideways, just be completely sideways. So because I'm seeing like this, just try to swap completely sideways. Okay. Right. I think that's going well. So let's try the other side. So now we change and we have the right foot forward. Okay. Let's do a bit of footwork this side. Again, the back of my feet, so my heels are off the floor just a little bit. And okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, let's do it. My, ato, migi ni irake, hidari ni irake, sugiashi mai, sugiashi mai, sugiashi yato, sugiashi yato, ayumiashi mai, ayumiashi yato. Okay. Nore, so that Nore is going back to the other position. So again, let me explain that later. So to go back to the other position, we never finish anything on the right side in Naginata. So what you want to do, if you are on the right side, if you want to change first, like we did before. And then from there, you do Nore, which is going back to the original position. So the backhand slides into the other one, put it next to your body. So it's not a real naginata, so of course it's the wrong length. And then go back to the original position. Okay? Okay, right. So I think we've got mainly the moving around and stepping sorted. So let's try the first strike. And one of the most basic strikes you could do would be men strike. So there are several targets that you can use in Naginata. So the targets would be the head, so middle of the head, or a little bit to the side of the head. That's when you come from sideways. We will come back to that later. So size. trust the throat, that would be Tsuki, okay? You can hit the wrist, that's Kote. You can hit the middle section, that's Do. And you can hit the legs. And when I say the legs, it's between the knee and the, so between the knee and the foot, so somewhere here in the middle, that's Sune, okay? You can hit either side of the Sune, although we always encourage to hit the outside because it's easier. So those are the valid points that you can attack, okay? Those are the striking points. In this case, the ones that we use most is Men and Sune. So we're gonna stop with Men first, okay? So from Chudan, so again, I'm starting here. I'm gonna demonstrate first. So before you do, just have a look. I'm gonna take the Naginata left hand on top of the other one. Again, I'm going to Chudan, make one big step forward. And then, let me try not to hit the lamp and let me try to show you in a way that you can see. Okay, right. So from here, I'm gonna turn the back hip and I'm doing a small step forward with the back foot, okay? At this point, I don't know if you, I'm gonna show you the feet first and then I'll show you the rest because I'm too close, so let's do that. So footwork first, twist the hip, small step forward, and when I say small step, at this point it's what, 15 centimeters-ish. Then you press on the front foot and you make one big step forward, okay? That's for the feet. What am I doing with my hands? Let's have a look. So, with my hands, as I'm twisting the hips, I'm pushing with my back hands forward. I'm pushing forward, okay? The back hands, push forward. Okay, now I'm completely facing forward, and this hand is bent, okay? It is not overstretched like this, it's still bent. Okay, but you still need to go high enough that you can see underneath. If you are here, you don't see anything, okay? So go high enough so that you can see. And then from here, the front, well, the hand that is now in the front is gonna, I'm gonna say pull down but forward. So down and forward. And the other one slides on the Naginata. So when I'm finished, I'm about, if I had a complete Naginata, my blade would be at my head height. Let me try to show you that sideways so you can eventually have a better notion of what we're doing, okay? If I'm going here against the wall, yeah, that's about it. So press. Now I'm facing completely forward. You can see my elbow is still bent, so it's not overstretched. And now both hands go forward, you can see. Okay, and forward. This hand is sliding up, and this one is ending up in the middle, which means you need to use these hands to do the striking. If you want to slide with this one, and you're holding it, it is not possible to slide it. I know this sounds obvious, but how many people are not hitting with the wrong hands? Okay, so basically here, back hands pushing up, and now the same hand pulling down and forward. Come. Okay? Okay, let's give it a go, guys. Let's do about 10 times so we can have a good repeat. And then I'm gonna have a look afterwards to see what people are doing and then we'll take it from there. Okay, let's have a go. Okay, from Chudan. So first step, make sure you make a small step that you are facing forward with your hips. Then pull with the hand that is in the front now, this one. Pull forward and down, and let the other one slide. Make one big step forward. Okay, make sure that when you finish, your back hand is in the center here, okay? And the other one, I'm gonna say it's gonna be like more or less shoulder level, so that it gives you a good idea where to stop, because of course nobody has a Naginata, so this is the wrong length. But I would say more or less shoulder height, okay, this one. And then when you want to skip back, you just slide this one back, go back to the original position, and Tsugi Ashiato. Okay, let's have another go. First step, one. Now press on the front leg, pull with the front hand, slide, and stop. Okay, back to Chulan, Tsugi Ashiato. Okay, one, and two. And Chulan, Tsugi Ashiato. Okay, each knee, san, shi, 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 each knee, san, shi. Okay, keep going. I'm going to have a look. Okay, it's not bad. It's quite good for a first time. Think about several things. First thing, you want to be kind of sideways. So you want to be kind of sideways when you finish. So not like this. One of the main reasons why people end up to the side is because they are holding it with this hand. If you hold it with this hand, you cannot slide it. Okay, so you want to hold it with the back hand. All right. So in order to do that, once you are here, you need to make sure that it's this hand that is going to pull down so the other one can slide, okay? If you're holding it with the front hand, there is no way that you can slide it, okay? You're either holding it or you're sliding it. It doesn't work both ways. It doesn't have to do anything, the front hand. Another thing that I'm looking at, so that's why if you're holding it and you can slide it, then you end up kind of halfway there. So like this, I'm able to be sideways again. Second problem is footwork. I'm going to show you just the feet for a second. I'm going to drop the Naginata. One thing that I'm looking at is once you do the first step, so that's a small step, you press on the front foot, and then you want to move both feet forward, okay, to end up with the same stance again, okay? What I'm looking at the moment is that after this one, so that's fine, and then when people go forward, they just turn on the spot. That's not it, okay? You want both feet to move. Whatever you do in Naginata, always both feet. So from Chudan, small step here, and then press, and big step forward, okay? So always move both feet. All right, let's give it a go a few more times. I'm gonna put that back up. All right. Okay, let's have a go. Okay, each, knee, san, shi. Each, knee, san, shi. Each, knee, san, shi. Okay, good. Let's try the other side. So, mochi karate, change sides, so backwards, forwards. Always back first and then forward. Okay? Okay, same thing here. I'm going to start a bit further away. Okay? Each, knee, san, shi. Each, knee, san, shi. Each, knee, Shi. Ich, ni, san, shi. Ich, ni, san, shi. Ich, ni, san, shi. Keep going. Okay, just a couple of things. First things first, on the first step, you want to be facing forward, okay? Look that the whole thing is forward. Because what I can see at the moment is people just kind of overdo it and then they change profile, if you like. So if you have a room and you're facing, let's say, so when you start, you're facing one of the walls, okay? When you do the first step, you're facing the other wall, okay? And then when you're going sideways again, you're facing that wall again, okay? So 1, then 2, then 3. Try to see what wall you're facing if it's helping. Or see on the video if you went forward. So all the way forward here, all the way sideways here, okay? One more time. Try to give it a go. Yeah. Yeah, that's already much better. Okay, please check where your backhand is finishing. So your backhand should be in the middle of your body here and low, okay? So not there, but in the middle here, okay? And low. Don't finish like this, and don't finish like this, okay? Here in the middle. And then once we go back to Chudan, so come here, going back to Chudan, okay, then you go back to the original position and backwards, okay? Yeah, that's much better already. Okay, just take care which hand you are using when you go down. Make sure that it's the one that is, once you're up, is the one that is in the front. Okay, what I'm looking at as well at the moment is people going down. So from here, okay, let me try not to hit the ground. From here, you don't want to go down here. You want to go down and you want to go forward down, not just down, because otherwise you're not cutting anything. You will not reach the target. So you want both hands to kind of like throw it as if you were fishing, really. Throw it far and then go. Yeah? So forward. This hand needs to make a circle, not a line down, okay? If you see, once the hand is here, circle it down. If you look at it from the side, sometimes it's helping. You don't want to go down, you want to go forward and make a circle. Okay, now I'm gonna have a look at the second one, the second strike we're gonna do today. I think I'm gonna be a bit over 1 hour, but that's all right, I guess. The second strike is from Aso. So how to change to Aso is from Chidan. My backhand is gonna slide into my front hand. I'm gonna change here in the center without changing my feet. I don't do anything with my feet. And then this hand that is in the middle there will go up next to my ear, and the other one will be on my hip bone. So I'm going to show you that from the front. So 1, 2. Okay, so my front hand is now here on my hip bone, and the other one here level. Okay, and a little bit out of my body. You don't want to have your hand behind your head, otherwise you need to go around it. You just want to have it a little bit sideways from your head. Okay, so that's how it looks from the side. That's how it looks from the front. Okay, so have a go. One more time from Chudan. So go back to Chudan. I'm going to show you from the side because it's easier. My backhand slides into the other one. And I'm changing my hands. The other one slides down. And it's finishing here on my hip bone. Okay, And the other one next to my ear. Okay. Once you're here, I'm gonna try not to hit the lamp. Once you're here, just walk forward, men. So if I'm going to show you that from the side, sorry, I'm going to show you that from the side here. I'm in aso, I don't know if you can see. Men. Okay, and when you see, when I finish, my hand is in the center of my body here, more or less at the plexus height. So it's not down anymore, it's in the middle high. And when I say high, your shoulder needs to be relaxed. So you want it to be as low as possible that your shoulder is relaxed, but your hand, your elbow is still against the naginata, okay? So if I go down more, then it doesn't touch my hand, my elbow anymore, that's too low, okay? You want to, enough that it's still against your elbow, okay? The other one, it can slide up and down, it doesn't really matter. So to me, it's more or less shoulder height here, okay? So that I can hit the head. You'll see that in Naginata, it's always the backhand that does the strike, and then the other one, it regulates the height. So if I want to do a strike to the foot, it will be lower. If I want to do a strike to the head, it will be higher. You need to kind of adapt a little bit, yeah? In this case, because I'm doing to the head, that's how I'm finishing. Okay, let's give it a go. So from Chudan, I'm taking aso, so I'm changing my hands. Okay, everyone's good. And now walk forward, and when I say walk forward, I mean you press on the front foot, and men. Okay, Chudan, Suryashiato, aso. Okay, press on the front foot, and men. Okay, just a couple of things to change. First of all, let's look at the feet. So if I'm in aso here, there you go. I'm in the same stance as before, so nothing has changed. Wait a second, I'm too close to my lamp. There you go. I want to press on the front foot, and basically I'm going to go as straight as possible here. Okay, straight. Okay. What you don't want to do is something like this. I'm exaggerating now, of course, but you want to do as straight as you can. Okay. So if I'm showing you that from the side now, as straight as you can. You want to move both feet. So if you are doing, okay, let me try from this side so you can see better. So I'm in aso, I'm going to go straight, and then you don't want to just go on the spot. You want to go and go both feet forward. Okay, can you see? I don't know if you see the difference between doing this, where I'm staying on the spot, and this, where I went forward with both feet. Okay, I don't think you can see. So you need to go always forward with both feet. That's the first thing. Second thing, so we already two things here. First, go straight. Two, move forward with both feet. And the third one is when you are doing men, what you don't want to do, so this hand doesn't do anything, it's this one, right? The lower one that is going to do the strength here. The other one is there for guidance only, it's kind of dead-ish. You just want to follow with it. So if you're not doing anything with it, it means it is not normal that your elbow is passing your hand. Okay, that's not normal. You need to kind of feel like as if you were directing it forward. It's like, you know, you just, if you would do it even with one finger, just direct forward to the target. And so when I say forward, is if you would have somebody with your height, just focus on getting it to the head. So just point at the head with your finger. You'll see that this will make it easier. Okay, let's try again. So from aso, then the bottom hand is doing the strength, the other one is just following. Men. Okay, and back. Aso. Okay, bottom hand is doing the strength. Straight. Men. Okay, down and back. Aso. And again. Man. Yep, it's getting better, guys. Another couple. Also. Man. Okay, try not to do anything with the top hands, just the bottom hand. This one, it just point with your finger at the wall in front of you. Come on. One more time, on the same side. If you don't hold the top, just put your finger there. Just point forwards. Okay, I'm seeing people doing this. Don't do it. Your elbow should always be behind your hand. Never do this. Never that. So from here, straight. Again. Yeah. Okay, getting better. Okay. Right. Okay, let's try another couple. Façon. Okay. Then, Chidan, Tsubiya Sheto. Façon. Then, Chidan, Tsubiya Sheto. Okay, and Nore. So back to the original position. Hey. Thank you very much. Right. This concludes today's class. I'm gonna drop my fake naginata. Right. If you have any questions and you want to ask anything about what you do today, please feel free to do that now. You can unmute yourself. I know everyone's on mute. But if you have any question, please. I don't know how to unmute people, to be honest. Okay. So, any question? How did it go? Did you feel all right, or were you able to follow? How did it go?
I have a small question. When you set the naginata down, is it always on your right side?
Yes, it's always on the right side. If for any reason you are on the other side when you finish, so you're in Chudan but with the right foot forward, you want first to go to the left side and then back. Well, I mean formally. Of course, if you are in the middle of a fight, nobody cares. You just do what you need to do, right? But if you are in a formal situation where you do kata, you always go first to the other side and then back to Nore.
Okay.
Anything else? Okay, well, I'm gonna assume everything is all right. If you have any questions in the meantime, just drop me a message on Facebook, or I'll try to pick it up from there next week. So if you wish to practice this again between now and next week, this will be on the YouTube channel. Usually I put it the next day or the day after. So this should be available. And if you have any questions, as I was saying, just feel free to drop me a little message. Again, because I don't have anyone who volunteered for the next session, it will be me again. I'm going to try to keep it to this level of explanation at the moment, because I can see there are quite a few people who started Naginata and joining us while we were on Zoom. So in the meantime, I'll keep it to that kind of practice. If there is any specific subject that you want to be explained during these sessions, again, drop me a message and I will try to adapt the program so that it's working for everyone, okay? Right, well, I suppose that's it. See you all next week. Stay safe, everyone. Don't catch any corona. And
Thank you.
yeah. Bye, guys. See you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.